Gaffer, thanks for taking the time to speak to us. It was a game of many incidents, a lot happened. How did you see it today?
Well, I thought we were the better team. Statistically, they've had 3 shots, 2 have gone in. We've had God knows how many chances to put the game to bed. The positives, another game unbeaten. We've been behind twice and come back, which is the first time that's happened this season. But it's just finding moments of quality when we need it. It was sort of that one of those games today that, well, they're a totally possession-based team, and they've resorted to the last 40 minutes just booting the ball, which I think tells you that we were on top in the whole game. 2 goals we give away are really poor decisions by individuals, but that side of it, generally, we've been pretty good. And then today, Mikel finds a brilliant cross. Wellesley misses the chance, and then Mikel gets 2 or 3 opportunities in the second half and can't find that moment of quality. So, and it's not just him. Josh Karoma has a couple of chances, and it's now finding the quality when you need it to, when the pressure's on. You know, when the game's getting towards the dying embers and it's all a bit frantic and formations have gone out the window at that point and patterns and all that. Can you find that moment of quality? And today we couldn't quite do that. But the last week, you know, without referring back to that too much, they never ran, they never fought, they never had anything about them that last week. Today, that's one thing they did do. We fell down a moment of quality rather than application today.
There's a lot of been a question of character over the past week, understandably. I don't think that can be questioned today. I think the way we started the game, especially in the press, was really impressive. The issues that we gave them at the back, Callum Marshall could have had one bouncing off his backside when he was chasing them down as well. But to pick yourself up off the canvas twice here when the crowd are on top of you as well is something to say for the boys after the way the last week went. Yeah,
I think off the back of last week, it should be a non-negotiable, clearly. But from my point of view, all I can ask is they run and they fight, and they did that. Like I said, we fell down in moments of quality. We changed the formation 2 or 3 times. Well, we played 2 formations anyway, one in possession, one out of possession, and then today, in the second half, we ended up just staying in a 4. But yeah, it's just finding that moment, finding that. But the positives are Misha Helik's back on the pitch, Josh Karoma's back on the pitch, Rhys Healy's back on the pitch. Another game unbeaten, so that's 6 games in the league now. It's not an easy league. You know, I think Birmingham have just drawn at home to Northampton. Everyone would just assume, well, Birmingham would just roll them over. These beat Lincoln 3-0 last week. So it's not me trying to kid people. I think we should have won the game. The stats tell you that. I watched the game with my own eyes, and we should have won the game. And if something goes in off someone's backside in the last minute, results dictate what people think happened in the game. We should have won it. That's the disappointing part.
It felt like we were going to at some points as well in that last 10 minutes, especially going towards us home fan in their own traditional terrace. They were trying to suck it in the best they could. They were fantastic today. But like you say, one of the important things to take from this is, I think this is the first game since Shrewsbury at home that we had Josh Karoma and Rhys Healy on the pitch at the same time, and on paper they're probably 2 of the first names you'd have there, and Mahal on top of that's even better. That shows that in the weeks to come, hopefully with a few extra bodies back, there'll be a bit more choice for you to make and a few more competitions for places.
Yeah, well, those 3 that, like I said, those 3 started the first game of the season. And to be fair to the supporters, it's a long way down. You know, we're getting paid to come down here. The supporters aren't. They're paid a lot of money. And if there'd have been one man and his dog turn up today after last week, you'd have gone, fair enough, I got to get it. But they didn't. And I thought they were magnificent. I think they saw the players giving them everything. Like I said, it was quality rather than mentality and desire today. So will they go home happy with the draw? No. We're not happy with the draw. But you have to try and take the positives from it. It's easy just to go, that's negative, that's negative, that's negative, that's negative. There were improvements. It's, you know, you've extended an unbeaten run in the league. And you've got to just keep focused on now. It's right. We've shown that we can come back from behind now. Well, now can we find more moments of quality when we're behind, and be more clinical, basically.
I don't want to speak about individuals too much, but somebody I wanted to highlight was Herbie Kane, who scored his first competitive goal for the club today. He took it really calmly, given the circumstances. You've talked about him a few times, not showing the proper Herbie Kane, the player that you know he can be. Is he getting closer to that with every game he plays, the fitter he gets?
I think he's looked like that for the last 2 or 3 weeks now. Ironically, I didn't see his goal because I was writing down a different formation. so I've not seen it back. But no, he's a good footballer, Herbie. He gets on the ball, he can dictate play, takes a chance every now and again, but you can't have it always. You can't have someone who's just going to be safe all the time and then expect him to unlock a defence. That's, does the risk outweigh being safe all the time? And he's starting to look like the player that I know he can be. He'll be a good footballer. He'll be a good player for this football club, and mentally really good, attitude's fantastic, loves football, and he wants to do well. And it's hurt him. He knows he's let himself down, and he's been put on the back foot. So it's no good for Huddersfield supporters because we've not seen the best of him for 2-3 months. But in years to come, he'll learn that he can't have an off season like he did. But he's had to work long and hard, wait for his opportunities. I thought he was good today. David Kasumu, to be fair to him, he's lost his man for the goal, but we've had to send him off the training pitch on Thursday because he's throwing up on the pitch. We had a little bit of sickness in the camp, so just for him to get out on the pitch was credit. Is it acceptable that people run off him? No, but the one thing that defensively we've been pretty solid. They've had 2 shots today and scored 2 goals, and we've had enough chances to win 2 or 3 games. So that's the gut-wrenching thing, that we should be walking off with 3 points.
Gaffer, thank you very much for your time.
Cheers, Raj.